2.9 is what is a percent. So here it's talking about the daily recommended vitamins for two different people, Carrie and her brother. It says Carrie had 10, consumed 10 milligrams of niacin. So we're talking niacin. And her brother had 11 milligrams of niacin. And it says, who consumed the greater percentage of the recommended intake? And how do you know? Well, she had 10, and it says in this graph that a female should have 14. So I want to know what fraction 10 out of 14 is. And her brother was supposed to consume 16 from the chart and consumed 11. So he did 11 out of 16. So to find this recommended daily dose, so 10 divided by 14, I'm going to see if I can slide this over. So 10 divided by 14, actually on my computer is calculator, 7, 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, ... To switch that into what percent did she consume, we move this decimal over 2 percentage points or 2 points. So she consumed 71.4% of her daily intake. Now her brother consumed 11 out of 16. When I plug in 11 divided by 16 on my calculator, it gives me 0.6875. Again, multiplying by 100 or moving this decimal over 2 to the right gives me 68.75%. So percentage-wise, even though she had less milligrams, she actually had more of what her body needs. She took 71% of what her body needs. So there's an example of percentages. What percentage of 50 is 25? The book does it one way. I do it another way. I just try to figure out what these words are. What percent? So that would be an X, right? Because I don't know what percent. So it's asking me a question. What percent of 50 means times 50 is, that word's equals, 25. So if you see of, we're going to do multiplication, is equal. What is a big, let's see, this is multiplication. What is a variable? So if I take 50 times x, that is 50x, equals 25, divide by 50. And I get x divided by 50, 25 divided by 50, which if you take 25 and divide it by 50, it is actually 0.5. And now that we have to switch to a percentage. So again, we need to either multiply by 100 or move the decimal over 2. And since there's nothing there, I got to do that. So that is 50%. So let's try another one. What percentage of 56 is 40? Is of what? Is 42. So x times 56, 56x equals 42. To solve, again, I divide by 56. And 42 divided by 56 equals 7.75. So either you multiply this by 100 or you move the decimal over 2. So that is 75%. So what percentage of 56 is 42? It's 75% of it. You will go ahead and try this one and then check with us. So the percentage equation, you can represent a percent. A is P percent of B using the percentage equation shown below. In the equation, A is a part of the base B. So it says A equals P percent of B. And that's kind of what we are doing, except for we didn't leave the percent sign in there, but that's what we were doing. What is 12% of, so this is multiplication, What is 12%? I know 12% of something, but I don't know what. Oh, excuse me. I lied. What is 12% of multiplication? 12.8. What is 12% of 12.8? Well, here that 12% doesn't really help me, so I have to move this over 2 and put it in as 0.12 times 12.8. And 0.12 times 12.8 is 1.536. So what's 12% of 12.8? 1.536. And this is a number. This is not a percentage, so that is just that number. That number is 12%. So it would take that, that is 12% of that whole number, 12.8. What is 63% of 150? What is, I'm going to write it as 0.63 instead of 63% of 150, or multiply 150. So 0.63 times 150 equals 94.5. I'm going to add one for you to do it since I just did that. What is 15% of 250? So you do that one, and then when the note checks come, we'll check it. 125 of what number is 17.5? So 125, remember to change from percentage to decimal. I move, so this time I need to move it over that way too. So this is 1.25 of what, of multiplication, what number is 17.5? So I need to take 17.5, and to undo this I need to divide by 1.25. And the answer is 14. Now let's see if that makes sense. 125% of what number is 17.5? Well, if I think about it, 100% of 14 is 14. So it's more than 100%. So that number has to be bigger than 14, which it is. So that should be right. You go ahead and try this one and we'll check it. Finding a base. A shirt that costs $38.50 is on sale for 30% off. What's the sale price? A shirt that costs $38.50 is on sale for 30% off. So I have to subtract 30%, we can do this two ways, of the cost is the sale price. So 0.3 times 38.50. This is 38.50 over here, we just leave. Minus 0.3 times 38.50 is 11.55 equals X. So 38.50 minus 11.55 is $26.95. I can show you another way that we could do it quickly. It says you're getting 30% off. You're not paying for 30%. So that means you are paying for 70%, because altogether it's 100% for the cost of something. So if you're not paying 30, you are paying 70. So we could have just taken 38.50 times the 70% that we're paying, and that should give us the same answer. 38.50 times 0.7. Hey, look at that. It also equals $26.95. So there are two different ways of doing it. So you try this one and we'll check it when you get home, or excuse me, when you come back. And this one also. And that will be it for 2.9. Another section done.